Good morning, friends. Myself Raj Momula, software architect. In this video, I'm going to go through my recent blog on significance of generative AI for software engineers. So, first of all, let's see some introduction. I have few questions. Why should a software engineer care about generative AI, and why should an engineer should care about LLMs, large language models, and what's the connection between the GPT and my next code, the next program I'm going to do? What AI can write better documentation than humans? So we are trying to get some of the answers for these questions in this blog. So first of all, let us see what is the understanding of generative AI, the basics of the generative AI. So generative AI is it's like having a code savvy Jenny at your fingertips. But all you need to know what is generative AI models. So explore the different flavors of generative models and what is code, text, image processing, how generative AI can create text snippets, code, image, and music, how it can process. So next comes is prompt engineering. What is art of crafting effective prompts to coax the best of AI models? So the next is the or RAG, the retrieval augmented generation. So most of like prompt engineering is kind of technique. We post a questions in the chatbot, maybe ChatGPT, Bard, or recently called as the Gemini. So we can ask questions and it will give you the answers. It will process and give you the answers. But in terms of RAG, retrieval augmented generation, it also considered the contextual part, private context that we're going to give. Suppose if I want to process my data from my 20 pages of document, PDF document, I can give the document as input and I will ask questions from that document. In addition to the public domain learnings that LLM has, it will also include my knowledge, my own trained knowledge, and give me the answers. So let's see some of the open AI usages in the business specific scenarios. So we have multiple APIs available. Bloom, it's an open source. GPT, we had GPT-3 and GPT-4. Recently, we got. Uh, recently, we also see the Google renamed its Bard to Gemini, uh, a new generation artificial intelligence LLM model. So these are the some of the concepts, the basics of LLMs. I'm just quoting some of the examples, but there are many in the market or trending. So next comes the practical usage of generative AI. So what is the use of generative AI in terms of when we think from the management point of view? So management point of view, there are mainly three advantages. One is generative AI can increase the productivity and efficiency. Second, it can speed up the innovation process. And third, it will help management to take a decision making, better decision making, and speed decision making. So let's come from the top. The enhanced productivity and efficiency. How it will enhance the productivity. For example, we have a LLM model built on top of OpenAI is Codex, which will help if you ask some question. Hey Codex, can you write a hello world program for me in Python? Can you write hello world program for me in JavaScript? It will generate and give you, and it will also able to make a complex programming, and it will give you the code as you type, as you ask, and it will also improve the code when you ask for further questions. When you ask improve it, next, it will remember your first question, and it will also enhance based on the previous requests, previous chart. So and next example is GitHub Copilot. it is also built on top of LLM model. It gives you the code suggestions, and it will also helps you to write a code coverage, a JUnit code coverage, and it will give a proper suggestions which are based on the best coding practices in any language. We have a GitHub Copilot plugins readily available for Visual Studio, IntelliJ, Eclipse. People can go and try. Another example is Sonar Cube. It's not completely LLM, but it will give you some powered features of LLMs. But anyways, it will also helps in making a programmer, a software engineer life easy by giving suggestions like before going for code reviews. And next is chatbot. Many companies already tried with chatbot with their own powered AI powered engines, but now with generative AI, chatbots are gonna be more powerful by by taking the knowledge of public domain and private the company's applications. So there is a high chance that management is also looking for the better customer assistance, some automate tasks, some automate procedures, and hence they can scale their business. The second one, we were talking about speed up the creativity and innovation. So the generative AI has more capability to understand the previous creatives R&D research and development team from both from the market point of view for the particular company segment. It can helps their R&D team to to put the proof of concepts very quickly, and by taking the previous research experiences into the considerations, it can guide and assist the team to make it faster the innovations. And the third is better decision making. So management can use this generative AI platforms to take the decisions very quickly. Suppose it will helps in analyzing the data, both market data, domain data. It has already, most of the LLMs are already trained on top of the previous historical data of that particular company's domain and market sales, etc. So hence it will help in uh, fetching the reports very quickly and forecast their future plans for the companies. So, and it will also helps to reduce the risks. It there's a the, if at all some human being is trying to get risk analysis, there is high chance of human error, and the person may miss some of the points, some of the key notes, that key dangers that company came across. But LLM, wo- there is a LLM. The LLM will not do such mistakes, and it will help management to overcome the dangers that they're gonna face. For example, suppose we have an auto manufacturing company. So LLMs helps to make accurate predictions of the productions, how much production they're going to make with their resource for a particular time period. And it will also helps the management to maintain the proper inventory. So suppose, so with this resource, what was the inventory previously, and how much inventory they need for in next couple of months, and so what it all comes to the software engineers. Software engineers are the one gonna take lead of all these opportunities that companies gonna utilize with the generative AI. So most of the companies are already started exploring on this generative AI concepts, and they're trying to analyze, they're trying to um, utilize the features of this uh, trend. So who is the most beneficial in this case are the software engineers, because they are already working with the companies and they are already dealing with their internal applications, and making business analysis and making enhancements to the applications. So generative AIs can also be part of a next enhancement or the future enhancement for their internal apps. So what do you do? What is your role there? So if you are a working professional, it's very easy to tune up with these methods. uh, so just you what all you need to do is just to speak to your manager and know what is organization is looking for. So some of the organizations already started doing research. Some are already started using these LLM models. Instead of sticking to the single model, they are trying to uh, write an API, write a wrapper on top of the LLMs, and inside that they are trying to use the flexibility of LLM, any LLM like GPT-3, 3.0, GPT-4, uh, and Google AI, what is Bloom, etc. Whatever as per their convenience, they are trying to write a wrapper on top of the multiple LLMs, because each LLM have their own features and their own advantages and disadvantages. And when it comes to the learning, if you are a student, so what is your options? So there is a high chance students cannot utilize the company's private data. So but LLMs are readily available in the online platforms like you can, Coursera. Online courses are available in online platforms, Coursera, LinkedIn, any other community learning platforms can be utilized if you are a student. So what is the time companies will be taking to adapt these methodologies? So companies are not companies are not willing to lose this opportunity, but they are they are trying to understand the negative part of these models. So they're trying to understand the security aspect of it. So that's that if at all they are good with all these drawbacks of LLMs, they won't take much time to adopt these methodologies and take the advantage of all these solutions that generative AI gonna give. So for example, if companies are already on Azure platform, so Azure Cloud, there is a readily available services for OpenAI. So they can even try this with no time with their existing Azure cloud accounts, and Google Cloud is also providing similar, and AWS is also providing. So they don't need to purchase it separately. They can use their existing cloud platform or cloud resources to simply do a research on this generative AI. So what is the conclusion? The future of software development. The generative AI is became a new era, and it's began just now, a year ago. Gaining the edge with AI skills will enhance your productivity, and you become more effective programmer, a more effective software engineer. So if you boost up your skills on generative AI, you can leverage all the advantages of generative AI. So generative AI is not a single stage utilization. It's it can be used across the software development lifecycle. You can use it at design level, development phase, translation phase, testing phase, and even documentation. And even when you launch your applications and your code to to the customers, it will also be used. So, what are you looking for? What are you waiting for? What's your take on generative AI? You can share your insights, share your thoughts, and let me know your comments, the missing points, if any, for um, this one. Thanks for listening, or thanks for watching. You can definitely you can subscribe this and share to your friend that you're gonna discuss this topic next, and you're gonna come out of the plan that you want to do with this methodologies. Thank you. See you in the next topic.